In this movie tutorial, we are going to go over how to do basic and overlap recording. These are the two methods most commonly used when recording into projects. So once you get a grasp of these methods, then the other methods will come to you very easily. So let's begin by doing some basic linear recording. Then we'll take a look at overlap recording next. As we've described earlier, the first thing to do is to set up your inputs and monitoring on the audio track you want to record on. Once you have this done, you'll want to set up your record mode, your metronome, and any necessary pre-post roll or punch-in punch-out options if you so choose. For now, we'll leave all of these off, and we'll set our record mode to normal. We'll take a look at the other modes shortly. You'll also want to set your playback cursor in the general area that you want to begin recording. You do this within the timeline area of the project layout. Once you have everything set up, the main functions for recording are very straightforward and simple. Once you have your playback cursor set, you simply hit the record button on the transport. Once Nuendo begins recording, you will see the actual waveform or event data created as it records. When you're finished, you just hit stop on the transport. Next, simply relocate the cursor and we can now listen to what we've recorded. Another way to initiate recording is directly during playback. If the transport is already playing, you can enable and disable the recording button at any time you like. This helps for quick on-the-spot recordings on the existing audio track. With the record set to normal or merged, anytime you record over an existing audio event, Nuendo will overlap the new material on top of the old material. You will only hear the audio material that is on top, or which is currently visible in the layout. Now, if we set the record mode to replace, notice that the area we recorded over is actually replaced by the new material. The old audio event is split into separate parts to allow the new material to be placed. If you need to record multiple tracks at the same time, then you can simply arm the tracks you need, and Nuendo will record for each track that is armed. When recording multiple tracks, all the options for basic and overlap recording still apply. Now let's put these recording modes we've just covered into practice. Here I have a project with a drum section I'm working on building up. I want to add some live shakers to it. So I'm going to record my small hand ache shaker into a new track to add some spice to the rhythm. First, we set up the track. Then we arm the record button and set up the monitor. I'll quickly check my levels to make sure they are loud enough. Now I'll set my playback cursor right on the first bar. Then I'll turn on the pre-count to make sure I have a few moments to get myself into the groove of the tempo, and off we go. Okay, not bad, but I'm not sure about the section where I tried to do a little triplet. I don't think it worked very well, so let's spot record that section and get rid of it. I'll simply set the playback cursor back to the beginning and allow it to play through to that part and begin recording again. There, now we have a new audio event overlapped on top of the first original take. I'll quickly edit this to only fill over the bad take. And we're done. We could have also just taken a few bars from before or after the bad spot, but we'll save those techniques for the editing topic. So to quickly recap, in this movie tutorial, we've covered the methods for basic and overlap recording. These two methods are the most straightforward method of recording audio into Nuendo, and you'll find yourself using these during the first few rounds of getting new material into a new project. But once you have material in there, you may find that not all of it works. And this can be tricky when dealing with live musicians who want to retain a live element to the recordings rather than editing it to make it sound right. This is where the additional recording modes in Nuendo come in very handy, and we'll take a look at this next in the cycle and multi-lane recording topic.